What up, it's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on your face, neck, and chest. And man, oh man, DCEU fans have been literally shitting their pants, panicking on the streets, rioting, because apparently Warner Brothers, good old Warner Brothers, wants to restart a certain universe. And we all know that what that universe is, the DCEU. But the key word is restart, not reboot. So let's take a look what Barbara Michechetti, who is the producer on The Flash, and her statement just set the entire fandom on blaze. People have been shitting their pants. But here's what she had to say. She says, well, I want you to go see it, so I'm not going to tell you a lot. But what I will tell you is that it's a ride. It's going to be fun. That keyword, it's going to be fun and exciting. And there are a lot of DC characters in it. Flash is the superhero of this film because he is the bridge between all these characters and timelines. And in a way, it restarts everything. But here, listen to this, and doesn't forget anything. Doesn't forget anything. So it's not a reboot. A reboot is a clean slate where you fucking recast everyone, you fucking just tell a brand new story, and you just wipe clean of what happened previously. That's a reboot. Restart, I'm assuming she means basically, since we're doing the multiverse, everything is going to be included. All the movies from the past and in the present. And restart is not going to, obviously, it's not going to recast anyone. It's not going to, forget Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. It's just going to, like I said, include everything. And you have to remember, Warner Brothers, their continuity is following Justice League, unfortunately. So that's their continuity. That's the Warner Brothers side. Warner Brothers side is going to follow the Justice League continuity, and that's going to take off from there. So everything with Aquaman, Wonder Woman 84, Shazam, Black Adam, and The Flash, that's following that continuity. And you have to, and Elseworld, again, the Zack Snyder HBO Max, that's the Elseworld story. That's the Elseworld side. Because you have to remember, the Ben Affleck Batman, we're not going to get a Ben Affleck Batman solo film in theaters. That's not going to happen. That's Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is the only Batman we're going to get in theaters. So if you're thinking like Ben Affleck is going to have his own solo movie, that's not going to happen. If Ben Affleck is going to return and have a Batman project, it's going to be on HBO Max. Everything Zack Snyder is going to be on HBO Max. That's his own little Elseworld story. So it's not going to affect anything of what Zack Snyder is doing, and it's not going to affect anything what WB is doing. WB has their own stuff, and that's in the movies, and Zack Snyder has his own stuff on HBO Max. So let's say, if I'm correct on this, and if I'm not, hopefully somebody will let me know. But let's say Zack Snyder wants to do a Justice League Part 2 and 3, right? That's going to be on HBO Max. That's not going to be in theaters. That's going to be its own separate thing, because Zack Snyder, he called his little DCU contained story, that's his Elseworld story. That's all Zack Snyder. If Ben Affleck wants to do a Batman solo project, that's gonna be on HBO Max only. If Ben Affleck wants to do a HBO Max series, like a miniseries, that's only on HBO Max. That's not gonna be in theaters. And I'm assuming Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's gonna be on HBO Max as well. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm thinking. Because again, WB, they have their own vision for the movies, for the movie theaters, and Zack Snyder has his own vision for HBO Max. Everything Zack Snyder and DCEU with Zack Snyder, that's HBO Max. That's its own little pocket universe. Everything Zack Snyder, HBO Max, not Warner Brothers. Because again, Warner Brothers and Warner Media are two totally different entities. Because obviously Warner Brothers doesn't want anything to do with Zack Snyder, but HBO Max and Warner Media does. That's why we're getting the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. That's why we're not gonna get Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League in theaters. That's gonna be on HBO Max. That's gonna be its own separate thing. So it's not gonna reboot. It's not gonna erase Man of Steel. It's not gonna erase Batman vs Superman. It's all going to be included. That's what I think. That's what restart means, not reboot. Reboot means clean house everything's gone. No, no, no. This is a restart. Meaning, again, since Flash is going to be a multiverse, I'm assuming they're going to include everything from past, present, and future. So again, if Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, if they want to tell like a different story of Justice League, most likely that's gonna be in theaters. Most likely, if Ben Affleck wants to do a solo Batman project, again, HBO Max, because Warner Brothers want Robert Pattinson. That's their future for Batman in the movies. And since Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman for that much longer, unless he does like an HBO Max show and he finishes his arc with Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's going to be an HBO Max. So that's not going to be in theaters at all. That's going to be HBO Max because that's going to be Zack Snyder's Elseworld story. That's Zack Snyder's vision. That's his all of his little storytelling and arcs for those characters. HBO Max. If you want to tell like a fresh start, like a fresh story, that's gonna be in the movie theaters. Because again, Warner Brothers wants to, not wants to, but again, since Justice League is their continuity, they're gonna follow that. Shazam, Black Adam, Wonder Woman 84, hopefully Man of Steel 2, that's gonna be in movie theaters and stuff like that. And if Zack Snyder wants to do a Justice League and continue his little story arc with these characters, with these Elseworld stories, that's going to be on HBO Max. Again, it could be a little confusing because I'm a little confused as well. I'm just like, I don't know how this is all going to work out. I guess we'll see in the future. But from what I understand, this is how they're going to do it. Because so I don't know. We'll see how it plays out because again, it can be a little confusing, and again, it depends on how they do the Flash, because the Flash that film needs to be good, and the general audience, they need to understand what this film is. If we're gonna do multiverse, general audiences, they need to understand that. So you have to break it down to them so they won't be leaving the Flash fucking confused. Hopefully they won't leave the Flash like, what the fuck did I just watch? The multiverse and Earth 16, Earth 20, Earth 5, like what is this? So hopefully the screenwriter, she knows what she's doing, and hopefully the film actually, breaks it down and makes the general audience understand what's happening. Because even I, as a DC fan, and how this whole works, it's a little confusing because I'm assuming like, okay, well, Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's going to be an HBO Max. That's not going to be in theaters. And that's his own little Elseworld pocket universe. So he can do whatever, so he could tell whatever story he wants with those characters. That's not going to affect the cinematic plans for what Warner Brothers has in mind. So they're telling two different, so basically they're going to tell like two different Justice League stories, right? They have Zack Snyder's Justice League story if he wants to continue it, and Warner Brothers has their own vision of what Justice League should be, so that's going to be in theaters, and that's going to follow after the Justice League continuity. That's what I'm understanding. So again, a little confusing. It's just like it's a whole big mess. It's just like not a mess, but it's just like it's like just fucking Warner Brothers, man. It's just like this doesn't need to be. It's like it's complicated where it doesn't need to be complicated. Just like wow, it's like if they would have just stuck with Zack Snyder's vision from the fucking beginning, we wouldn't be in this fucking Bermuda Triangle here. this fucking mess that we're in now. Just like it's like again, it's way too confusing. So hopefully they can clear it up. But from what I understand, Ben Affleck, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and if Zack Snyder wants to continue Justice League 1 and 2, that's on HBO Max. Again, I'm repeating this over and over again. That's gonna be on HBO Max, and Flash and Warner Brothers plans for Justice League, that's gonna be in theaters, and they're gonna tell their own version following Justice League, unfortunately, because that's all continuity. If this is the multiverse and everything counts, then you have to include everything, right? Unfortunately, Justice League counts in this film universe. So you gotta take the good with the bad, right? But again, if the Ben Affleck show happens, which I hope it does, that's gonna be on HBO Max. That's gonna be all Warner Media, AT&T. That's it. You're not gonna see Ben Affleck in theaters. That's not gonna happen because Robert Pattinson is Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers wants Robert Pattinson to be the future cinematic franchise. So, and Ben Affleck understands that, and Ben Affleck is not gonna be Batman for long anyway. So he understands that, and he just wants to finish his arc with Zack Snyder, and that's all gonna be on HBO Max, and everything else for the future movies, that's all going to be Warner Brothers, and they have their own vision of what these actors and what their plans for Batman are. So, and the Justice League. So so hopefully that clears it all up. Hopefully I didn't fucking confuse you all, but that's the gist of what's happening. So don't panic. Everything's gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out, and hopefully they know what they're doing, and I think they do. So anyway, smash that like button, subscribe for all DCEU content, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all that good shit. And as always, Flash is awesome. Truth out.